take a trip to our nation's capital, not too far from where I grew up, to reacquaint myself with the memorials and monuments built to honor the people in this film.
Welcome back. That was part of the trailer for Something to Stand For, the new movie by Mike Rowe, best-selling author, producer, and TV host, best known for his Emmy award-winning show, Dirty Jobs. His latest project, Something to Stand For, takes viewers to the heart of the nation's capital with detours at the American Revolution, World War II, the Civil Rights Movement, and more. It is part history, part mystery, and is all about the people who built our great nation, and it hits movie theaters today. And joining us now to tell us more about it is Mike Rowe himself. Mike, great to be with you, and congratulations on the new movie. So what inspired you to make it, and why now?
Well, it's Independence Day, or at least it's right around the corner, and I've been writing these short stories for years now in the style of Paul Harvey. Remember the rest of the story, where listeners had a chance to learn something they didn't know about somebody they did, and then figure out along the way who Harvey was talking about. That model worked great on my podcast. Podcast turned into a book turned into a TV show, and then my friends over at Fathom Events called and said, look, our country seems confused about when to stand and when to kneel and what to feel good about and what to feel bad about. How about a straight-up love letter to America, unapologetically patriotic? Do you have a few stories that would work? I said, yeah. They said, great. Poof, movie.
Yeah, and it really is great, and it comes at a time when there's so much division in our country right now. Let's talk a little bit about that, Mike, and, you know, the decision to make this movie during this time.
Well, it seems to me that, like a lot of other things, patriotism got clouded up with politics, and that's a shame. I think it's fair to say patriotism is on the ropes in our country. Every Gallup survey out there says the same thing. Back in 1998, it was 71% of Americans who described themselves as extremely patriotic. Today, that number is more like 39%. So something's happening in our country that's making it very difficult for people to feel proud and to feel grateful and to celebrate all of the progress that we've made over the last 2.5 centuries. And I just wanted to do something to say, look, it's okay. You know, we were founded by imperfect people, and we're not done yet. We still have lots of work to do. But the amount of progress that we've made is extraordinary, and we owe it to ourselves to celebrate the good things about the USA, and there are many.
Yeah, and it's so important to do. I want to talk about the movie itself now. I know that you said, you'll introduce people in American history that we should know more about. Tell us about some of those great Americans and why you chose the people you did.
It's a tricky question, Tracy, because so much of the movie is rooted in 9 surprises that I hate to give them away specifically, but I will tell you that you're not going to meet anybody you haven't already heard of. But you are going to learn, for instance, about a man who was challenged to a duel, pistols at dawn over a matter of honor, and who decided to reset the terms by saying, how about if we do it with broadswords in a pit? And the result of that barbaric idea led directly to the salvation of the country. And so when you tell a story like that from the inside out, hopefully you hook people along the way. And once you get their attention, then you can do some other things, which in my case was drive to our capital and visit the monuments and the memorials and the statuary that virtually every morning now need to be cleaned up by park rangers because they've been vandalized or defaced or covered with graffiti. So it's an interesting juxtaposition of how our present and how our future, I believe, are going to be tied directly to our ability to come together and celebrate parts of our past that are still worth celebrating.
And Mike, we're almost out of time, but I quickly want to touch on this. I understand that you also touch on the faith of some of the figures in the movie and how the Bible influenced them. What more can you tell us about that?
I can tell you that it's impossible to separate the men who formed this country from their belief system and their virtues and the way that that impacted just about every good thing that we enjoy today. The truth is, nobody wants a sermon. Nobody wants a lecture. Nobody really wants a history lesson. We want to be entertained first and foremost. So I try and do that in the film, but we don't pull any punches about who these people are, what they believed, and why. And we certainly don't apologize for it.
All right. And Mike, before I let you go, quickly tell folks where they can see the movie.
Something to stand for .movie is the place to go. Enter your zip code, and you'll figure out where it's playing. We're in about 900 theaters. You can also see the trailer over there and some fun behind-the-scenes stuff. Something to stand for .movie.
Looking forward to it, and happy 4th of July. Thanks so much for coming on, Mike.
You too, Tracy. Appreciate it.